Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_Fire. Today's reading is a weekly pick a card reading. So we have cards 1, cards 2 and cards 3. And this is just some spiritual advice for the week ahead. So take your time to pick a card that you feel drawn to and we shall get started. Let's start with cards 1. Cards 1 is, let me read this. Crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So I feel like the advice for you guys this week is pretty clear, is it not? And I think that our intentions behind everything is what actually manifests everything. It's okay to have a positive mindset, but if you don't believe in what it is that you're actually thinking, and if you don't feel anything about what you're thinking, then you're not actually really going to manifest anything. So I think with this set clear intentions energy is to for the week, even if you write down a plan, or whether you talk to friends that you trust or whoever and however you decide to do it, I think your spiritual advice for the week is to set your clear intentions, whether you write it down and you set your goals and how you want to achieve them, or if it's talking out loud, or however it is that you express yourself, or like how you want to feel like you express yourself well, to use that as an advantage to set the right intention. Because we can all say, I want to be rich, but rich is a short-term thing. If you really want to have a long-standing financial income, then what you want to be asking for is financial abundance, because you want to have a constant flow of income. And a constant flow of income won't just be money dropping in your lap. It will be clients or customers, and then they tell people, and then you get new customers. It's building up. If it's a business related thing, it's like building up your client base, you know, building trust and your reputation and stuff like that. And once you do this solid foundation work, you will get financial stability, because you're setting the right intention. To say I want to be rich is pointless. It's neither here nor there. You're not actually going to have long-term rich. That's just, rich is like a short-term solution. Is, if you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm not explaining myself very well, but the intention behind what it is you're trying to do is pretty much more important than actually, I think, what it is you're doing. If you're doing something because you want some kind of material gain, or whatever it is that you're doing, and your intention isn't in the right place, you're not going to manifest something that's long lasting. What you want to do is manifest things that will last however long they need to last. Hopefully, I mean, forever. Nothing lasts forever, but you know what I mean. So setting clear intentions for you guys this week. And if you're having trouble, you can always call on Archangel Michael, and he will be happy and willing to help you do what you need to do. You know, this guy literally holds the sword of truth, and if you're having problems seeing the truth, he has no problems helping you cut all that unnecessary shit out of the way, so you can see clearly. But there's something else I want to say about this. I feel like I want to ask you, do you even know what it is you want out of life? Have you asked yourself these questions? Are these things that you have already thought about? Are they, you know, what are your actual desires? What is it that you want from life? Do you want your own business? Do you want to work for somebody else? Do you want to spend more time with, like, what is it that you actually want in life? And how are you going to go about getting what you want from life? We can all sit here and go, oh, you know, positive thinking, but it's more to it than positive thinking. You've got to feel good, and the only way to feel good is to feel stuff. You don't say, oh, I think. No, you say, I feel good. I don't think good, I feel good. So I think that if what I'm trying to say is, Jesus Christ, get it out, girl. If you are trying to manifest your desires at the moment and they're not happening, check your intentions, because you could be using or not believing so much in what it is you're trying to manifest. Like, you don't have that full sense of self and trust in what it is you're actually trying to manifest. There's something else I want to say to you guys, but I'm just trying to, give me a second to see if I can figure out what it is that I need to say. I get, it's like this feeling. I literally feel it like in my solar plexus. And I think it has a lot to do with like the confidence in yourself, and like the believing in yourself, you know. You've got to have the belief to make things happen. You can't say, well, I want this and that and blah de blah de blah. If you're not feeling it and you're not on the same vibrational match as what it is you desire, then you're not really going to get what you desire. You might get a taste of what you desire, but then if you're manifesting from your mind instead of your heart, the taste will be real. It will literally be like, oh, this is what this tastes like. But you know, your thoughts, let me say this about the thought process. How often can you stay on one thought? How can you say, okay, I want to feel good, but then you keep, like, your thought process changes every second. How many thoughts do you have a day? And tell me how you plan on manifesting from a mind that has so many thoughts a day. Like, how is that even possible? This is what I'm saying. You can't think positive and expect all this great stuff to happen. You have to feel it. You have to feel it and believe it and know that it's actually going to happen. Thinking isn't going to do much at all. It might help, but it's not going to last, because your thoughts change every moment, every minute. Like, it's impossible to manifest from a busy mind. It's impossible to manifest from a mind when it constantly changes every minute. So what you want to do is focus on how you feel. And if you find it hard to feel good, think of something that once made you feel good. And I don't know if you've ever read the that book, The Secret. There's a sentence in it that literally says something like, find something that made you happy and then dwell on it. Instead of dwelling on the sadness and the, oh, I don't know if it's going to work, or all of the, you know, like the Debbie Downer stuff, focus on what made you feel good. Focus on that. Focus on that happy time and then dwell on it and understand what that feeling is. And then use that energy to manifest, because you want to raise your vibration up so that you match your dream. Like, you want to match your desires, you know. And you have to raise your vibration to do that. You can't manifest from a mindset, I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep it real. You can't manifest by thinking positive. You have to feel positive. You know, you have to feel good to attract good. If you feel like shit, you're going to attract shit. If you feel good, you're going to attract good. It's literally that simple. But then, a lifetime of conditions, people, I understand, will have you thinking and feeling all kinds of fucked up. Don't worry. Been there, living it, life. Trust me. Anyway, let me know if that resonated at all with you guys in the comment section below. And let's have a look and see what happens with cards number 2. What's happening with cards number 2 for the week? We have Courage. And this card says, Archangel Ariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Now, the first thing I get with this card is that someone feels backed into a corner. Actually, I feel like a lot of people right now feel backed into a corner. Give me a second, hold on. I feel like the energy that I feel right now is literally between my throat and my chest, and it feels tight. And I feel like there's so much that needs to be said, but you're not able to express what you want to say because you have a lot of fear around what you want to say. And you're worried that people might not understand you, or you might upset people. And you literally feel like so much is going on right now that you literally do feel backed into a corner. And it's like you can't breathe, because I literally feel like I can't breathe right now. And I think Courage doesn't necessarily mean pull out your sword and start fighting people. Courage means trusting yourself, grounding yourself in your energy and believing in your own, like your own successes and your own excuse me, your own power. Standing in your own power. You don't have to scream and shout. Scream, like, that's not what courage is. Courage is standing up on your 2 feet and saying what you've got to say. That's courage. You don't have to think, oh, well, you know, I have this stuff that I want to say. I feel backed into a corner and at any moment I feel like I'm going to lash out. You don't need to lash out. What you need to do is stand up on your own 2 feet and say, this is not okay. I'm not happy with what's going on at the moment, and I will not budge from what I feel and what I'm thinking. It doesn't feel good to me. I'm not going to, or whatever your situation is. I don't know. I'm just saying in general, okay? I'm just saying that if you feel backed into a corner, instead of feeling like you want to lash out and you can't breathe, draw on, okay, look at this. Everything in your life so far that you've experienced that was meant to break you might have broken you. You might have been in some really fucked up situations, but you survived. You survived, right? It wasn't easy, but you survived. Take that energy of survival and use that to draw like on your strength and your courage and to stand up. You don't want to feel like you're backed into a corner. I know that. It's horrible. It feels like you don't have a say, or you feel out of control and you feel like you're suffocating. This week for you guys is all about standing up and having the courage to say, or, well, I would say what you need to say. And again, it doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be all guns blazing. It doesn't have to be fight talk. It's just a matter of standing up and saying, I'm not okay with how you're treating me. I'm not okay with how you're treating me, and I will not put up with how you're treating me. And stick by it, you know? People think that courage is like this war zone. The only war zone that it is the war zone within yourself, because nobody else gives a fuck. Everybody else is just living their life. The war zone is within you. So it's about, like, instead of using that, because we have a choice, right? We have a choice to either use that energy in a negative way and to give up and feel hopeless and all that kind of stuff, or we can draw on that energy to stand in our power and to use that as a courage to say what we've got to say, to do what we need to do, to keep going. Think back to them times where you thought you would never survive and you did. That took courage. That is courage. Getting up every day, brushing your teeth every day, putting on your clothes every day, fuck it, staying in bed every day. That's courage, because it's looking after yourself and putting yourself first, surviving. This week, group number 2. Focus on how you can draw on that energy, on your survival, your courage, your primal instinct, and use that to stand up to whatever is making you feel backed into a corner this week. Nothing bad will happen. Everything happens as it should. So if you say something and it fucks someone off, that's not your problem, that's theirs. You're putting yourself first. You've got boundaries. They have boundaries. If you cross one of their boundaries, do you think they'd give a fuck about what you say? No, they wouldn't. You have to look after yourself. If you're feeling backed into a corner, I would say really think about how you can draw on your courage and that energy of survival and instinct and use it to communicate what you've got to say or to do what you've got to do. Because some people, honestly, I feel like a lot of people, it comes to, because I feel it like in my throat, in my chest, I feel like it's a lot to do with speaking up and talking your truth and setting boundaries. And I feel like for a lot of other people, courage is getting up, getting dressed, looking after themselves and getting through the day, you know. This is a general reading, so I'm trying to cater for everybody. You know, I want to ask as well, what are your beliefs? This is something that I always ask myself. What do I believe in? What do you believe in? What are your beliefs? And will you fight to the death? Not literally, but will you stand in your belief system? Like, will you stand in that and fight to the end of your beliefs? Like, does that make sense? Hold on a second. Whatever you believe in, will you stand in that belief? Or is your belief not set in stone? Are you open to other people's experiences and stuff like that? Or do you have your own beliefs and you stick by your beliefs? Do you even know what your beliefs are right now? Life changes, things change, lessons get learned and stuff. Maybe yesterday you thought you believed in Christianity. Maybe something happened between the last 24 hours and you woke up this morning and you thought, do you know what? I feel like my belief is that my relationship with me and God is between me and God. I don't need a religion to believe in a God or to believe in Jesus. You know, like, just an example. No, like, what's the word? I'm not using that to fuck people off. I'm just saying, as an example, a lot can happen within 24 hours. Your belief system can change within 24 hours. My question to you is, what do you believe? And my advice for a lot of you this week is to stand in your power and to speak up and say what you've got to say. If people are crossing your boundaries, you have to let them know. You are important. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are important. Your boundaries are important. If someone is crossing your boundaries and you feel like you're stuck in a corner and you feel like you're out of control and you feel trapped, it's time to say something. Again, you don't have to be violent. You don't even, you know, because what will happen is if you keep yourself trapped in that corner, eventually you will lash out. And then then it's just going to be like a spiral out of control and you're just going to go, oh, I could have handled this better. When, like, now is a perfect time to start figuring out how you're going to handle this situation. It doesn't need to come to fight. It doesn't need to come to, like, lashing out or anything like that. You just need to know that people are crossing your boundaries and it's not okay. I had this whole book on how to be assertive, and I don't know where it is, but it was a brilliant book. And it said that if someone is crossing your boundaries, keep repeating yourself. And I hate repeating myself. But if people are crossing your boundaries and they don't hear you, you don't need to say anything other than, you're crossing my boundaries. This is not okay. If they continue, you're crossing my boundaries. You're crossing my boundaries. And then at some point, you just got to walk away. You just got to say, okay, this person clearly is a fuckhead, and I don't need this shit in my life anymore, and just walk away. You said what you had to say. You go about your business, let them go about theirs. If they continue, you said what you had to say, and just keep saying what you've got to say. You know? I hope that made some kind of sense. Sometimes I get lost in the message. Let me know if that resonated with you guys in the comment section below. Let's see what's happening for cards number 3. Cards number 3, we have Patience. Archangel Jophiel. I'm really bad with pronunciations, so I'm just saying, heads up. Says, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Cards number 3. It's really simple, and I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible. You see this woman here, this angel here, she is literally watering her garden. She understands that it's a process. She understands that she's not going to get everything dropped off in her lap. It's a process. Do you think these flowers just arrived like this? No. The seed was planted. She nurtured them every day. They grew. It's the same thing for you. I know it gets frustrating. Trust me, I know. But patience, if you can have patience in every area of your life, I swear to God, you would be golden. That would be amazing, just to have patience in every area of your life, wouldn't it? Trust the process. I think that What you want is, you want to see all of your hard work. You want to see on a surface level, you want to be able to see all of your hard work paying off. But what you don't understand is that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see that's happening. And, you know, you plant the seed, and before you see it sprout, it starts sprouting underground before it reaches the sunlight to grow even further. So you've got to just be patient with the process and know that whatever it is that you want, or whatever it is that you dream of, because it says your dreams are blooming at a more rapid rate than you realise, is coming. And it's actually coming faster than you realise it is. But because you can't see it happening, it's like you're doubting it. Don't doubt the process. Just keep watering your garden every day. Keep showing up every day. Keep doing what you're doing every single day. Don't. People have this habit of either giving up, or if they see one little fraction of like, oh, something, how do I explain it? Like if they notice a specific thing, I mean, I'm trying to explain this as easy as I can, but I don't do good with language, so just because you can't see what's happening doesn't mean it's not happening. Don't get caught up in that, oh, well, I can't see anything happening, because there's a lot of stuff 24/7 non-stop happening below the surface. What's coming to you is coming fast, but because you want it now, this very second, it's like you're almost at that point where you're frustrated and you just can't be bothered. There's that saying that just before you give up, I'm really bad at these quotes, but there's a breakthrough right before. Hold on. Is it the breakthrough after the breakdown? I think that's how it goes. It's like there has to be a breakdown for a breakthrough, if that makes any sense at all. And I think that you're at that stage where you want the breakthrough, but you're not willing to have the breakdown. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be on your knees crying and it's going to be all hell breaks loose. A breakdown could literally be a breakdown of a belief system, a thought process. You know, maybe you're too harsh on yourself mentally, and it's stopping you from seeing what's actually happening around you. Maybe emotionally you feel over emotional to a point where you feel like out of control, and because you're feeling out of control you can't see clearly. It could be anything, but the point at the moment is to remain patient, because what's coming is coming in fast. Just be more patient with yourself. Stop with the mental criticism and the harshness with yourself. That's just not serving you at all. Chuck that shit in the fuck it bucket, because that's not working for you. That doesn't work for anybody. I'm just saying. Show up every day. Water your plants every day. Plant being maybe a metaphor for your dreams, your desires. Show up every day. Water your plants every day. Water yourself every day. And just be patient with yourself. No more critical harshness towards yourself. It's all about self-love, self-care, and just nurturing. It's like a whole nurturing energy. Nurture yourself and just know that what's coming is coming fast. So take this time. You see this time now? Because when I say that it's coming in fast, like I mean fast, when it hits you, it's going to knock you off your feet. So be prepared. I'm just saying. So while you've got this time where you feel like nothing is happening, take this time right now to rest and look after yourself. Because when this stuff comes in, when your dreams arrive, it says here literally coming in at a rapid pace. So rapid it's going to knock you flying, and you're not going to realise what hit you. So while you've got the time to rest and look after yourself and nurture stuff and fantasize and do whatever it is that you love to do, keep doing it, because sooner or later, more sooner rather than later, be prepared, it's going to come to you fast. You're not even going to expect it. It's just going to be like, bam, hi, I'm here. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck, okay. Wasn't quite prepared, I thought you wasn't coming because, I mean, you haven't showed up. So now I need to prepare myself. Prepare yourself now while you feel like nothing is happening. Because something is happening under the surface, just saying. It's coming. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop here. But cards number 3. This week for you is all about patience. It's all about self-care. It's all about coming out of that mindset of being critical and harsh on yourself, and understand that there is a process. Your dreams will come true, and they're coming faster than you realise. But in the meantime, it's all about self-love. It's all about looking after yourself, showing up, watering the plants, fantasising about your dreams. There's no limit. Dreams are limitless. You can go crazy. Go crazy. Dream to the biggest dream that you could ever dream and expect it to happen, because it can. I'm just saying, okay? So forgive all of my ramble in between all of everything. Actually, no, don't forgive it, because I'm just a rambler. What can I say? Anyway, cards number 3. Let me know if this resonated in the comment section below. And I shall see you all next week. Or the next time I upload a video, you know, tomorrow, next week. Who knows? Okay, bye.